You're watching Wanted with me, Jonathan. They say you can leave the underworld, but the underworld won't leave you. Ever so often in Wanted, we show you how people who try to leave the underworld get hunted. This episode is somewhat similar, but the number of twists and turns in this episode are unparalleled. So sit back and watch carefully, as you may miss some important details. Will you be able to determine who the real killers are before we tell you at the end of the episode? Take a look and decide for yourself.
Hubballi, the district has earned bad repute for being the crime capital of the state in the recent months. The district has witnessed at least 10 murders in the last 1 month. More than 9 people were stabbed during the Ganesh Visarjan ceremony alone. R. Dilip, who was appointed as the Commissioner of Police in the last week of August, has had a huge challenge to curb the rising crime rates. Just as he was taking charge of the situation and trying to control the number of murders and half-murders that were being reported, citizens of the rising crime capital heard gunshots. Yes, the district has been notorious for small-time rowdies wielding machetes and daggers. But now, the residents in the region have been stunned by gunshots. Before they could realize what happened and rush to the spot, they saw 2 men getting away on a black bike. They knew these men had guns on them, so no one had the courage to stop them. And when they went to see who these men could have shot, they found a man who lay dead. Yes, this man was shot by the 2 men on the black bike. Here lies the body of a man next to his scooter. He lies here in a pool of blood after the bike-borne miscreants pumped his chest with bullets. We cannot show you the visuals here as they are too gory in nature, but we can tell you for a fact that our cameras have clearly captured at least 3 bullet wounds in his chest. The bystanders alerted the cops immediately. When the cops heard that a man had been shot, the recently appointed commissioner himself reached the spot to investigate. Yes, such is the nature of the shocking crime. Quiet streets have turned into dingy machete-wielding hideouts for small-time rowdies. But has the region really escalated into a crime capital with gunfires? What is happening here? Will the district get any relief from crime rates? Who is its latest victim? Why was he killed? The cops who came to the crime scene to inspect it ensured they cordoned off the entire area. They did not want anyone tampering the evidence at the crime scene. The cops called the forensic and ballistic teams to sweep the crime scene for any evidence and the empty shells that were fired. The cops collected whatever they could find. That is when they found an ID of the victim and identified him as 35-year-old Sarvesh. The cops found out that he had been residing in Hubballi's Manjunath Nagar along with his wife and 3-year-old child. The cops alerted his family and told them about what had happened. His wife and child were inconsolable, as you can imagine. His wife is in her 8th month of pregnancy and could not believe what had happened. The cops had the pressure of cracking the case at the earliest because every minute was important. The first 48 hours after a crime has been committed is the most crucial for the cops. That is when criminals try to make a run for it or make mistakes that can get them caught. So the cops had to question her and find out why he may have been killed. But they realized she was in no state to talk or give a statement. That is when they noticed his landlord and his employer were at the crime scene too. They spoke to his employer too. That is when they found out that he was employed by his cousin. Sarvesh had come to Hubballi several times over the past 2 years. He had been working as a telecom contractor for his cousin's company. About 4 months back, he had shifted to Hubballi along with his family and rented out a home. This is his landlord, and he has only good things to say about his tenant.
ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ 3.5 ತಿಂಗಳಾದ ನನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಕಡೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಲೇವಾದೇವಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಭಾಳ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರಿದ್ದರು, ಭಾಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ, ಮನೆ ಬಂದು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಯಾರೊಬ್ರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಪಾಪ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇದಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಸರ್ವೇಶ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ.
The cops thought they couldn't get any useful information from his landlord, and so they registered a complaint based on the statement given to them by Sarvesh's employer and cousin. They asked his cousin if he suspected anyone. Sarvesh's cousin wasn't shocked too, but he seemed to have some idea about what could have happened and who could have wanted him dead. The cops knew they could get valuable information from him once he had some time to process what had happened. They asked him to visit the station the next day. The cops also asked the eyewitnesses what had happened at the crime scene to get a better understanding of how the crime had taken place.
ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದಂಥ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ, ಸರ್ವೇಶ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ 35 ವರ್ಷ, ಅವರು ಮೂಲತಃ ಬಿಹಾರ್ ರಾಜ್ಯದವರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಮಗು ಜೊತೆಗೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ದುಷ್ಕರ್ಮಿಗಳು ಕೆಲವು ಸಮಯದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಭಾಳ ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಿ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಸರ್ಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. 2 ರಿಂದ 3 ಜನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ. ಇವರು ಒಂದು 2 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೇಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ 2 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಬಹುಶಃ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ. ಅವರು ರಿಲಯನ್ಸ್ ಟವರ್ ಎರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಮತ್ತೇನಾದರೂ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ದಂಧೆ ಇತ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ
ಏನು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್?
ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲ್ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಖಾಸಗಿ ಕಾರಣ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆದರೆ ತನಿಖೆ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಆಗೋ ತನಕ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
Now some details of the case were clear to the cops. Deceased was identified as Sarvesh, hailing from Bihar. 35-year-old Sarvesh had shifted to Hubballi. Deceased was a telecom contractor. He had shifted to Hubballi 3 months back. One thing was clear to the cops. He must have been murdered in connection to some personal vendetta in his hometown. Only Sarvesh's cousin could throw more light regarding the vendetta. But even before the cops could investigate on this case, there was already unrest over the law and order situation in the region. People were concerned that the commissioner had failed to protect the people. After a series of crimes in the past month, they had now witnessed a firing. Would there ever be relief for them?
See, back-to-back incidents are not related, first of all. They are all independent of them. ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ it is not a justification. ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. We are very concerned.
The case was sensitive now. The cops had to crack it to let the people know that the cops were more than capable of keeping them safe. So the commissioner personally handed over the case to the SP. Now you must know that any case is handed over to the inspector and not the SP. But the commissioner was under pressure. and he wanted his best resources to handle the case.
ಈ ಸರ್ವೇಶ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಇಬ್ಬರು ದುಷ್ಕರ್ಮಿಗಳು ಬಂದು ಗುಂಡು ಹಾರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫರ್ದರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬ್ಯಾಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫರ್ದರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಫೊರೆನ್ಸಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲೂಗಳು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲಿಂದ ನಾವು ಈ ಕೇಸನ್ನ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಹೌದು, ಟೀಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾನು ನೇತೃತ್ವ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಪೊಲೀಸೇ, ಬಟ್ DCP is personally supervising, DCP law is supervising the case. ACP ನಾರ್ತ್ ಪಠಾನ್ ಅವರು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ನಾನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದು ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಎನಿ ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ACP ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಹಲವಾರು ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಖಂಡಿತ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ನನಗೆ.
Everyone who knew Sarvesh had only good things to say about him. But then, why would he be killed? They waited for his cousin to report at the police station the next day. That is when the cops found out the truth about Sarvesh's background. That is when they found out that he had come to Hubballi after he was mixed up in some gang wars. Sarvesh had brought his wife and child to Hubballi to stay away from those who wanted him dead. But they had found him and killed him anyway. His killers were no ordinary man. They are some of the most wanted criminals in several states. So what is Sarvesh's true identity? Why was he killed? Who may have wanted him dead? Were the cops able to nab their killers? Will Sarvesh's family get justice? The cops set out on a mission to nail the killers, but they are running out of time.
First half of our special episode, we told you about Sarvesh. Sarvesh had come to Hubballi just 3 months before he got shot. Why would someone kill him with such precision? What is Sarvesh's past? Was he running from danger when he came to Hubballi? Take a look to find out more.
This is 35-year-old Sarvesh Singh, who originally hailed from Bihar, who moved to Hubballi along with his wife and 3-year-old child. His wife was in the 8th month of her pregnancy. So why did he move so far away from his home at a time like this? Under normal circumstances, no one asks such questions. But these questions are important now because Sarvesh was shot on September 21st. His killers were trained professionals. Whoever wanted him dead had been scouting for him. Yes, Sarvesh is dead now, and whoever wanted him dead had planned the murder and executed it with the help of professional killers. Sarvesh had left his home around 7:30 p.m. after he had got a call. The cops had thought Sarvesh was an ordinary man based on what his landlords had told them.
ಸರ್ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ 7 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನಾನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೆ ರೀ. 7 ಗಂಟೆಗಿನ ಸುಮಾರು ನನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿಂದನೇ ಹೋದವರು. ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದಾರಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ರೀ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ. ಶೂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ಹತ್ರ ಬಾಡಿಗೆದವ್ರು ಯಾರ ಮನೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
ಅವರು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಂಕಲ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರು. ಬಂದು 4 ತಿಂಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅವರು.
ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ರಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಜೊತೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ?
ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಜಗಳ ಗಿಗಳ ಏನು ನಾವಂತೂ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಇವತ್ತವರೆಗೂ. ಏನು ಜಗಳ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವ್ರು.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಇದ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಾಗ?
ಅವ್ರ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಪು ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯವರು 8 ತಿಂಗಳ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
It was only then Sarvesh's cousin reported to the police station the next day and narrated the story that they uncovered more details that were going to help them. So, what did Sarvesh's cousin tell the cops? The cops listened to Sarvesh's cousin carefully as he narrated the tale of how Sarvesh may have ended up dead. Sarvesh was from HASANPUR village in Bihar. He belonged to a family of landlords. Sarvesh was very rich and powerful. His brother was a SARPANCH. But Sarvesh was not a good man. Sarvesh was a rich and powerful landlord in his hometown in Bihar, and he was not such a good man himself. had several cases registered against him in the rural police station. He was wanted for several cases such as robbery, extortion, and even half murders. His brother had protected him as he was the Sarpanch. But in the recent Panchayat elections, his brother had lost and his rivals had won. They would do anything to get Sarvesh and his brother jailed. They were successful at it too. Sarvesh's brother was jailed a few months back. With his brother behind bars, Sarvesh had become an easy target. His rivals did not just want him in jail, they wanted him dead. Sarvesh was the mastermind of a heist that had looted Muthoot Finance in Hasanpur village. The heist was carried out by a gang called Sonu Gang. The money was stored in Sarvesh's home. Yes, Sarvesh had plotted a heist and had used the gang's help to execute his plot. After they had executed the plan, the loot was stored in Sarvesh's home. But Sarvesh turned on the gang. He framed the gang and got them arrested. Sarvesh and the gang had looted the private finance bank in 2018. Sarvesh had no problems until 3 months back because his brother was the Sarpanch. But after his brother lost power, his rivals had ensured that he went to jail. Now Sarvesh had no protection and his wife was pregnant too. So he decided it was best for him to stay away from Hasanpur and had shifted to Hubballi. But things did not go as planned because the people who want revenge were going to get it. So they traced him and hired sharpshooters to kill him. Sarvesh is no more now, and the cops realized that they would have to go to Bihar to crack the case. So a team of cops from Hubballi packed their bags and went to the rural police station in Bihar to tell them what had happened. When they heard stories about who Sarvesh was and the cases against him, they were truly shocked. The cousin had only revealed what he knew about Sarvesh, but what the cops in Bihar told was even more shocking. Sarvesh wasn't just a looter and a local goon, but he was the brother of a big-time don. Sarvesh and his brother had misused their position to grab lands, extort rich businessmen. He had even snapped high-net-worth individuals and got people murdered through contract killers. And like the old saying goes, what goes around comes around. Sarvesh had met the same fate now. Sarvesh had tried to stay away from life in the underworld so he could live peacefully with his expecting wife and 3-year-old child. But his rivals in Bihar feared that he would be back one day and decided to finish him when they had the chance. The Hubballi cops have asked the Bihar cops to help them nab the killers and the operators of Sonu Gang, but Bihar is facing severe flooding and the cops have reportedly told them that they will help them once the disaster has been contained.
ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಲೂಗಳು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜಟಿಲವಾದ ಕೇಸ್ ಇದು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ರೈವಲ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೊರಹೊಮ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರವಾಹ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು ಎ ಸಿ ಪಿ ಪಠಾಣ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಅವರ ಟೀಮ್ಗೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಸಹ ಅದೇ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪೊಲೀಸನ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಹ ಒಂದು ಶೂಟೌಟ್ ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ವಾತಾವರಣ ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಭಾಳ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಒಂದು ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸಹಕಾರ ತೆಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಎ ಸಿ ಪಠಾಣ್ ಅವರು ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ತನಕ ಭಾಳ ಉತ್ತಮ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲೂಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏತನ್ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ವರ್ಗಾವಣೆ ಆದೇಶ ಕೂಡ ಬಂತು. ಅದು ಸಹ ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಧೃತಿ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೂ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಕ್ಲೂಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಈಗ ತೆರಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ತನಿಖೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ತನಿಖೆ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ.
For now, Sarvesh's killers may be free, but if Sarvesh's life were to serve as an example, none of them will live for long either. But we hope the cops are able to nab the killers before they meet the same fate as Sarvesh. It is time the cops round up all these unruly social elements and put them behind bars so they stop terrorizing society. Hubballi has made headlines again for a sensational crime, and it is time they buck up to maintain law and order and restore confidence among its citizens. Tadatriya Patil for News 9 Hubballi.